just like grazing on some fucking grass and just living your best moose life. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's fair.
No worries in the world. You got a little family of meese and just
large goblet of salsa.
Goblet of fire.
And there was like 4 of them, so it was like redhead.
I protest!
Harry Potter, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
the goblet of salsa. Okay, so I guess just like randomly, it could just happen to
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
anybody, but one of your nuts will twist.
It's your boy Big D.
It's your boy Kenny.
And we back for another episode. A very, very, very special episode. Number 50.
Oh yeah, this is number 50 for y'all, huh?
Started at the bottom here.
Literally starts from 0.
It's been 3 years to get us to 50.
It literally, yeah.
Damn. Long journey.
It has
I
been a
bet
long
you will
journey.
knock out the next 50 like in no time.
I mean,
That's a natural progression, right?
yeah. One would hope, you know?
Yeah.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst,
Right.
as they say.
But the difference between 1 and 50 is like light years, you know?
Feels like it's been a minute, huh?
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
as
there's-
far as like production and, you know.
Oh, from like where y'all started to like where you're at now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if each episode's an hour and a half times 50, that's
It's like
It's a lot of hours.
60 hours.
so many hours.
Like,
At
yeah,
least 60.
at least,
And that's a lot of hours.
right?
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into this production just for viewers like you.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to all the mad friends watching,
A lot of sketchy moments, you know?
tapping in. What do you mean?
Sketchy as in.
Oh, I don't know. I was just making that up.
Oh, okay.
He said, I just said that just cause.
Oh, yeah. I just be saying shit.
Hey, don't mind me.
What else is a podcast for, you know?
just to say shit.
Just to say shit? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Pretty much.
Half of it is to hear yourself talk through these headphones.
Yeah.
I think I have the voice of a god.
I mean, it helps when you forget immediately what you're talking about right after you hit done on the record button.
And then you're just like, what?
And then later when you watch it again, it's like, that's me. I said that? That's me right there, but I don't remember
I
saying
don't remember that.
Or you're like, I got a good point.
that. Hey,
I was
yo,
kind of spitting facts though.
This guy is spitting right now. Respect.
Hey, put some respect on his name.
Yeah, put some spec on the Mack and Don show.
All right, so cheers to number 50, and here's to 50 more. How's that?
Clink.
What are we sipping on, gentlemen?
Margaritas.
I got some blue.
Some blue.
He got some blue drink.
Signature blue.
Signature blue drink.
Yeah.
It's a house special. Family
Yeah.
recipe.
Yeah. Family name.
Yeah.
Not at all, but
As Vin Diesel once said.
Kenny Blue.
Kenny Blue Chavez.
Kenny Blue.
Hey,
That's
they,
BLU.
they have a
for
Kenny's
anybody else.
cooler at Texas Roadhouse, and it's actually
That's a
quite
name?
good.
The name of a drink? Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I never tried that.
cocktail.
I should get that.
Yeah.
I made that actually.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse, that's the spot.
If you don't already know, then come on, man. I can't.
Hey, better than Outback, am I right?
Am I
right?
I've had some traumatic experiences at Outback.
I know, that's what I'm referring to.
Probably never again.
Shout out to Texas Roadhouse having them great ass birthday parties. I've had a couple birthdays at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. I mean, they have such good rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you
Not
fill
to
up on
mention-
rolls.
See that? That's how they get you.
Yeah. Not to mention the most reasonably priced steak you can get on the market.
You think so?
For it to be cooked and prepared right in front of your face. Yeah.
Like right in front of your face?
I mean, they drop it off at the table, so that's probably as close as it gets.
I mean, that's like any restaurant, right? They drop it off.
Right, but what I'm saying is you pay for the service.
It's no hoo-ha,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're not chopping it up in front of you,
Right.
the onion volcano, you know? Hey,
Got the Salt Bay on there?
that deserves a tip, okay?
That deserves a tip?
Yeah, that deserves
Yeah.
a tip. Standing around, going on a smoke break and shit, that don't deserve a tip, okay?
Chef?
Yeah. Every restaurant should have some Benihana type shit where they do the onion volcano or some variation
Yeah.
of such
That's the only way to win over
Musashi's
a
type shit.
spectacle. It's like something like that, or a magic trick. Like, what if you had the napkin like light up in flames and it's like everybody like,
Hold up. How do we feel about tipping at places that that may or may not deserve a tip.
Hey, I'm finna put one of those underneath the pod. Every time you go on the YouTube channel, it's gonna be like, did you enjoy this experience?
20%.
Yeah, it's gonna start at 50%.
It's gonna be like 20% of what?
It's gonna be like 50%, 60%, 70%, and they're gonna be like, what?
Can't even press other.
Right. There's no custom amount, and then it says none, but after you hit none, there's a big long thing where it's like, are you sure you really want to do this? Because if you do this, then it means and then.
Well, have you seen those places that just automatically add the 20% gratuity onto the bill?
I'm not mad at
most places. Well, it depends on the party.
where it is.
Yeah.
Depends on where it is.
If it's a bougie place, you got to kind of expect it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like I went to this restaurant close to the Broadmoor, and they include the like service tip in there, and it was like $30 or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck?
Are you tipping over that?
No.
Well, like,
Why not?
Because they took the tip out of, they already included the tip in the bill.
What if you got exemplary service?
I didn't.
But what if you did?
But what if you got the best service?
Just hypothetically.
Do they do a magic trick or some variation of the onion
They could
volcano?
they could do your magic trick if they did that.
Did they juggle or do some sort of spectacle? Like America's Got Talent?
Come on, there's only so much you can expect at a restaurant. You know, if it was you,
They can do it at Benihana. They can do it anywhere.
if it was you and like your whole family, and you're the one paying, mind you, and you bring the whole fam, they include the service charge on there, but everyone was taken care of, everyone had a good time, you had a good time yourself. Are you tipping over?
I feel like I would, yeah. If it was like the best service,
Yeah.
I would definitely tip more because, their wages is already probably lower than what they should be getting paid, right?
I was like, fuck no.
But why do they already include it in if I have to do it on
because
top?
the restaurant don't want to pay their employees what they should get paid, right?
And that's my problem?
Well, sometimes if it's like, that's why I said if it's you and your whole family, they gotta include it. It's like a
Mind you, we're in a recession currently.
agreed.
And so
That means they're in a recession too, just like you.
money's tight, but I still want to have a good time. All right. So we can't have an extra good time sometimes. Okay.
I'm not gonna convince you. I mean, I agree. I don't. Disagree.
I'm saying there better be. As far as exemplary service goes, that's very subjective. So my shit.
That's
better,
what I'm saying.
That shit better be
whatever you think is the exemplary service. You're like, this dude, like.
I better
did a
go and put
backflip on the
cigarette in my
table.
mouth, and they better already have a lighter out lit on my shit. You know what I mean?
Whatever you think the best service is,
You know.
they did it. You tip it over.
Where's the
I better get a sniffly nose, and they already have a napkin in my hand. Here you go. Here you go, sir.
where's the best place y'all have ever eaten? Like, where's the best service you had? The best food you ever eaten at?
Let's put a button on that because I'm not done with the tipping.
Okay, go ahead.
But
go.
that's a great question.
Go ahead.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Don't want to shoot that down.
So what's your continuation on tips?
Are y'all tipping at Starbucks?
So my rule is I tip $1 a drink. If I buy 2 drinks, I'll give $1 for each drink. Or if I'm at a bar, I'll tip $1 for each drink.
Sorry, not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Not the so the way I justify it in my mind is if I go to a small mom and pop shop, I tip like $5. You know what I mean? Like I tip extra because I like their business. I want them to continue doing their thing.
That's not going to the business though.
Huh?
That money's not going to the business though.
Right, but I'm also buying the drink.
Right.
That money does go to the business.
That money, but not the tip money.
Right, but it's both. Not only do they have my service, but I'm gonna tip more than I would at Starbucks because at Starbucks I feel like I could go to Walmart and get a bag of. I'm just paying for the service pretty much, and so why am I tipping them extra?
So
on top?
you tip based upon where you're at, not based upon the service. So if it's a fancier place,
Both.
you're tipping more.
It's a combination of both.
Or if it's a smaller place, you're tipping
So
more.
if the service is exemplary, then I'm tipping. If the service is not exemplary, but it's like a small mom and pop shop, I'm more inclined to tip, even though the service wasn't exemplary. Just because, like some places, there's one place nearby, and Moglo Espresso, and
for sure.
I love their drinks, and so like I'll throw upwards of $5 to $10 just because,
What if the barista gave like shitty service, like they were rude?
they're never. I understand what you're saying. They're never rude, but if they were, then I probably would be less inclined to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
On a bar graph, it would just lower
Okay. Are we tipping at Cold Stone or Baskin Robbins or something like that?
No. Just scoop ice cream. I'm sorry.
I think I'm on the edge. That's hard because I feel like
money's tight.
Money is tight.
Money's tight for everybody.
For everybody.
It's like, why do I got to tip for literally every single transaction? It's like my thing literally every single transaction.
Like I could throw $1 at somebody. Like
right.
Everybody though, you go to the gas station, you get an energy drink, and it's like
no, not a gas station.
And it's like it starts where we're talking about, but then eventually it's like we're joking about like that, but you have to tip your Uber driver, you have to tip the people who serve.
But some of those are service based businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally paying for the service. Someone's picking you up. They have a nice car. They're being
and that's wear and tear on their car. They got to pay for that.
But they're being hospitable. They have a water right there in the car for you. Their car smells nice. They have a charger ready for you.
I guess that's the circumstance where I'm like definitely tip, and then less so when it's like here's a scoop of ice cream.
For sure. Most definitely.
I guess it just depends on the service.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is like in some places people are like working for tips. Like Kenny said, like they make less than minimum wage or whatever. So that's like literally their living.
Right.
Whereas some places they're making okay money and they want a tip.
Yeah, like at a regular bar, I'll tip $1 a drink. But when I went to Vegas in October, there was the bartenders doing like flips with the cups and pouring drinks and they put on like kind of a show. Like it was cool to watch them make a drink because they were flipping the cups into the cups and doing a whole spectacle. So yeah, and I gave them like a $10, $12 tip just because I was like, damn, that was really impressive. Like
it's just like in the streets when you see a performer, and then you walk up and give him like $5, $10. Yeah,
I can see that.
I guess it depends on what the service is.
I feel like those are like the main places, like bars, restaurants, coffee shop,
entertainment usually.
Yeah,
most forms of entertainment, I guess.
But you're not tipping at a concert.
Yeah, I guess you're right, or a comedy show. Just the bartender.
The bartender for sure, or the waitress, whoever.
You already said that, so you're right.
Where else are they asking for tips that you're like what? So I feel like those places are like somewhat reasonable. Maybe the coffee shop is on the edge. Is where I'm on the edge at.
Right. I'm trying to think of where else. Where else do they tip?
You tipping the bud tender when you go to
oh yeah,
buy weed?
Dude, I hook them up every time. I mean,
but you wouldn't tip your drug dealer.
That's true. That is true.
Like, hey, bro, thanks for this. Here's an extra $5.
Because it's like the dealer never asked for tips. He ain't never got a tip jar anywhere.
So you're tipping just because there's a tip jar.
Kinda, yeah.
Psychological.
Yeah. Because if you don't have a tip jar, then I'm not gonna tip. But if you do, then I might question it. But there's still a possibility they'll tip.
Right. So
not to direct everybody's attention, but that squirrel is a black squirrel. Whatever.
I thought that was a crow.
No, it's a black squirrel.
What the fuck?
He had like a big slice of bread or something.
He's the black sheep of his family,
Yeah.
My eyes aren't too good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw it like right when you pointed out. He snuck up the thing.
Anyway, not to derail our conversation about.
Oh man, there was a spot there where I was like, I don't know if I'm tipping there. Just as he said that. I forget. I don't know. Definitely bars. Definitely restaurants. Definitely coffee shop. At least $1 a drink, like Kenny said.
You know what sucks? Tolls.
Troll tolls?
A toll. On an express route.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
That's so annoying because we paid.
You gotta find me.
We paid for
find me.
We paid for it to be paved already.
Yeah.
So we paid for it to be there.
Tax dollars.
Yeah, and on top of that, every time you take a shorter route, you tip the government pretty much.
Yeah, they
got the state.
They gotta come find me for that shit.
That's fucked
Taking
up.
out my taxes.
Isn't that fucked?
Have they
that's
done
one
that
of the worst things
on I-25 yet? Have they opened that toll up?
No, it's still waived. But
they will.
They will for sure. I've got it like on my way to work before and stuff like that. Just taking the toll on fucking I-70, and Yeah, they just sent me a whole bunch of letters. And I'm like, I'm not paying that shit. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, that's not just in my opinion, but
I don't fuck with red light cameras either.
Just a tangent. I don't fuck
Like
with
you
red light cameras
gotta
either.
catch me in the act. There
I mean,
gotta
they
be
got photographic evidence.
They gotta
When I
have
got
a
one of
police
those-
officer and shit. Like I need a badge number.
Well, the fucking camera assigns a police officer automatically, and so because I got one and they had my ass in 4K, and like
They have a whole ass picture of the front of your car and your face, and like
I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying it.
and like aren't those subjective sometimes when it's going from yellow to red? Like some yellow to reds are longer,
Yeah.
So like you almost expect it to be yellow, and it's not safe for you to fucking slam on the brakes in that moment. So why should you have to pay?
yeah.
To continue on. You know what I mean? I understand like if you're putting people in danger, but most of the time if I run a red light, it's because I'm cutting it really close. You know?
I do know.
I've ran a couple red lights in my day.
Once or twice. I mean, sometimes you have to.
For sure.
You know what's also a serious offense in the eyes of the law?
What's that?
Stop signs.
Seriously?
Yeah. If you don't stop fully at a stop sign, they'll get your ass.
I've gotten a ticket for that.
Yeah.
Really?
And I failed my first driving test because I didn't stop for like fucking 10 seconds at a stop sign.
I passed my driving test, but it was like right after the Juice Man's birthday party, and I was going to this 4-way stop, and I didn't like plow through it, but I kind of just like kept rolling because it was like 2 a.m. and there wasn't anybody, and lo and behold, he was hanging out on like the right hand side, and then he.
No lights on in the shadows.
Yeah, which is
Plotting.
entrapment. And then he was like, you didn't even do a California stop, which is like when you roll up and then you stop and then you continue rolling, I guess, or whatever. Like you never
Yeah,
make like
because
a complete
officer, the
stop.
thing is, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And I'm
Ain't
like-
nobody around here. I'm just gonna go.
And then I got slapped with like a fat fine. And it's like, go fuck yourself. Like literally go fuck yourself.
One time they tried to get me for not wearing a seatbelt, and I was coming down Main Street right by Paiute Park. And I definitely didn't have one on, and they pulled like right behind me, and I was like, "Oh fuck, they're about to get my ass," because I was also speeding, and so I'm like, I quickly put it on, and then I try and like speed up to get to the next light, try and take a turn. Right when I took the turn, they were right behind me too, so they got me, and they were like, "Yeah, you were riding without a seatbelt on," and I was like, "No, I wasn't."
Meanwhile, the seatbelt is unbuckled.
No, I had the seat.
He put it on.
I put it on.
Last second.
And literally, no. They were like, "Oh yeah, you didn't have a seatbelt on, but I see you have one on now." And I was like, "Yeah, I had this on the whole time." And they were like, "No, you definitely didn't." They tried to give me like a $75 fine. I was like, "No, I definitely had my seatbelt on the whole time." And they were like, they literally just couldn't prove it. And I was like, "Yeah, I had it on the whole time." And they were like, and I was like, "So like, what are we stopped here for?"
Dude, the same shit happened to my dad like a long time ago. They pulled him over because his stoplight was like out, or his brake light was out. And he gets to the car and he sees that my dad's seatbelt isn't buckled. And so he's like, "Did you take that off so that you could get like your insurance and stuff like that?" And he was like, "No, I just didn't have that on." And the cop was like, "All right, well, I'm going to give you a ticket for not having your seatbelt on, but not for your brake light being out." And I was like,
I mean, maybe he's doing him a favor.
yeah, I was like, I don't know which would be more.
Well, just not give him a ticket.
Yeah, they ended up getting me for fucking having my license plate in my
In my
window instead of on
And
my
honestly, he should have just said yes. That the cop was literally giving him an out.
Yeah.
Like, here's your out where you don't have to get a ticket, because he probably didn't even want to give him a ticket for the red light. And that's why he gave him a pass on it.
Yeah.
And the brake light or whatever. And so
You guys feel like you get pulled over a lot?
I don't
not
I
a
don't
lot,
think so.
but
How many times have you been?
several.
I think
More than
twice.
5?
Twice for me. Three
It
times.
might be hovering around 5 times in my whole life.
Mine is sub 5, like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think mine's 3, and I've only gotten a ticket once. So the other 2 times you just let me off with a warning.
I've gotten a ticket every time.
I've never gotten a ticket.
I've gotten a ticket every time.
No, that's not true.
Smooth
That's
talking
not true.
Kenny.
No, that's not true. I got a speeding ticket once.
Yeah. I've had several speeding tickets.
But the one I was going to some fucking out of town place, like in the middle of nowhere. I was going like fucking 80 into a town, and I saw the speed change down to like 65 or whatever. And I saw the cop ahead, like he was just sitting there on like a bridge waiting for people to speed. And I don't know why, I just didn't like slow down like at all. And so I blew past him, and I was like, that cop's gonna get me. So I just immediately pulled over as soon as like I passed him, because I was like, I already know he's gonna pull me over. And he was just like, yeah, you were going pretty fast coming into town. And I was like, yeah, but I should have slowed down. And he was just like, all right, just keep going.
Damn. Smooth talking Kenny.
Smooth talking Kenny. TBH.
You're like, this guy means no harm.
Yeah.
Because I pulled over before he even like flashed the lights or did anything. So
I did that
like,
one time. I was on Bradley right down the way, and I was on my way home from somewhere. I can't remember where it was. But I literally wasn't wearing a shirt, and I only had like a big jacket on, and my hair was all fucked up, and like I had just woken up, I think from like some friend's house or something like that. And I was zooming down Bradley, and I saw the cop in my rear view like just come over the hill right behind me, and I was like, I just knew he was gonna come get me.
Oh, that's when I pull off somewhere like.
I immediately took a left. I immediately took a right over by where my house is.
Still got you?
And there was a cul-de-sac, so I took another right and went into the cul-de-sac, and my friend's house was right there, and so I pulled up in front of his house, and I turned the car off, and I put it in park, turned the car off, and lo and behold, he comes right up behind me, and then
Just to get you still?
he like asked me a couple questions, and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm heading home so I can get ready for work. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, where's your house at? And I was like, oh, it's right down that way. And he's like, okay, why are you over here? And I was like, oh, this is my friend's house right here. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he doesn't get, this time I didn't get a ticket, so I guess that was a lie. Like he didn't give me a ticket, and then he kind of got in his car and then drove off. But like it really felt like he wanted to like get me with something, but he had nothing. You know, I like the car was off. I was chilling in front of the house, like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he had me clocked in or anything. So
Back in high school, I used to drive without a license all the time because I didn't get one until way after high school.
right.
And I was driving home from work one night, and I was giving my coworker a ride home too. And there's a cop right behind us, and I was like, fuck no. I wasn't even like speeding or nothing, but I was like, nope, this is too risky. I immediately took a right, and I was like, hey buddy, we're about to take a walk.
Get out.
Yep, got out of my car.
Evacuate.
Lock it up.
Walk like a block, and I was like, all right, we good now. Got back in the car and drove away. I was like, I'm not taking no chances.
Yeah. I'm the same way. That's why I did what I did in the cul-de-sac. I was like,
Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean,
what's up with this video on the train? Some crazy shit.
So I guess there was apparently a shootout between a bus driver and a guy trying to rob the bus or something like that.
Bus driver had that thing on him?
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Go back to the top.
I'm not sure because I just had it pulled up and then it just refreshed. So I'm not sure,
Okay.
but it's not loading now. So
Oh, yeah. I mean, it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
I'm not sure, but there's this other thing that we have pulled up. This this passenger, I guess, was fucking on an airline, and
It's never a good. That's never a good sign.
yeah, no, you don't want that. You don't want that. But I guess she pulled the emergency exit mid-flight, and
fuck?
yeah, there's a video I guess out there of like this entire flight, just like. You know how in like movies when people are getting sucked out of the fucking airplane? It's not that bad. I don't think it was that bad.
Did they not have their seatbelts on? That's why pilot said keep that seatbelt on.
These are all questions that I wish I had answers to.
Me too.
That is crazy though. Who would do that? What type of terrorist is this?
Some crazy motherfucker.
Terrorists.
Can you imagine being on a flight and then somebody
Flop.
Drax damn sclumps?
Juniors. Clowns. But I got the video of that pulled up right here.
All right, let's see.
Is your computer connected to the Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
This technology.
shout out to that Wi-Fi.
Don't be talking shit about my Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi got feelings.
Just a hidden ad, so it's like
It's gonna be Liberty Mutual.
see, the ads gonna play in 4K.
4K ad.
The ads always play in 4K, but the actual video, like,
If anyone wants to put their 4K ad on the Mack and Don Show, email us at themackandonshow@gmail.com.
Absolute terror. A passenger just opened the airplane door.
dude, no way, bro.
Oh, I thought this was the bus shooting.
I would
No,
be,
this is the plan.
No, but this, I would be freaking.
Imagine being.
Fuck out.
So was she the one that
Looks like
opened
they're
it?
chilling.
Freaking out.
I know, but the whole side of that is open.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as bad as like you see in the movies of like people getting sucked out of their seats and like flying out. Like,
That's kind of crazy.
but I think, what would you even do in that situation? I would just be, just chilling there.
I mean,
There's like, but there's no control.
As long as you're not getting sucked out
there's
of
not
it.
much you can do.
Right.
Really,
You just gotta chill there.
I always imagined like you would get sucked out of the.
Y'all heard about that Malaysian flight? Something.
Yeah, Malaysia.
That went missing?
Yeah,
That's-
they apparently found it. I guess, right?
Nah, it's some fake news.
Oh, I don't know. I just saw that there was like a Netflix thing about they like have made a whole documentary about it, and I guess they supposedly found it. I didn't watch the documentary, but
I think they like found it, but like didn't really find it. You know,
yeah, it's
like
probably like in the ocean or something.
like a cover up. Yeah. Well, people found it forever ago. Like whenever it like first happened, and the powers that be, whatever the governments that were involved, were like,
They're just erasing. Like, nah.
yeah, literally.
Leave it open for interpretation.
Yeah, people on the internet were like, "Oh yeah," because they took like satellite photos from certain places and then looked on Google Maps and was like, "There's a weird ripple right here. Like, let's search right there."
Yeah.
And then they did, and they found some shit, and they were like, "Nah, that's not it."
Nah, that's something else. Don't worry about that.
Right. They like kept changing the trajectory and shit. They blamed it on the pilot, and then it was a whole bunch of different shit.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit about like just things disappearing. Like
Those
there's
people just disappeared. Too,
Yeah.
though, you know.
Yeah, like I heard a story about there was like a 2-year-old boy that was like walking down some like street out of nowhere, right? In the middle of nowhere, and they looked away for like 2 seconds and they just see like footprints running like away. A 2-year-old. And they like
They napped him?
spent out a whole it was like 2-year-old footprints. It was like the kid's footprints, and
stop?
they sent out a whole search party for the kid. They couldn't find him for like a day or two, and then they eventually found his body. But it was like 2 miles away, and
fuck?
people are wondering like how could a 2-year-old cover that type of distance in one day, 2 miles in one day or something like that? And I'm like,
2-year-olds walking, right?
yeah,
Gotcha.
but like barely, like not like a human.
Right.
But like crazy shit like that, it's just like, what the fuck happened there? Like, who did that? What did that?
What did you?
People were speculating it was like a bobcat, like grabbed a kid like it was his baby or something,
Oh,
and took it that far, but they didn't see no footprints of a bobcat or a cougar
Right.
taking a little couglet.
I do not think that.
What's a baby cougar called?
all right.
I also have that.
All right, we got the bus shootout.
Yeah. There was also a
Oh, you
bus
got it
shooting.
pulled up?
That's what we're talking about.
Okay, yeah. So here's a video of the bus shootout,
All
right?
right, I want to see this for sure.
Okay, you see how he's flashing it right there?
Oh,
Bam, that
and then watch
fucking-
how he crawls. Watch how he crawls. He crawls like a worm. Like,
Well, yeah, he's probably paralyzed. He got shot in the back
Yeah.
or something.
well, and the stomach mostly, I think.
Well, yeah,
He
go through his
walks up.
spine
Who tries to rob a bus?
while it's moving.
He said, "I dare
dare
you
you
touch
touch
me.
me.
And then he started flashing that. And then that's when he was like, "Okay, I got that thing on me."
Oh.
Bop, bop.
Oh.
And he has some sort of bulletproof glass right there, so he has the advantage.
Hell yeah.
He let that thing.
He reached
float.
around and
Yeah.
everything.
You know,
There's
he
only
got
2
him.
people on the bus.
Yeah, that looks kind of weird.
Somebody
Like,
else was in on it. There was another person in on it.
Oh yeah.
You can hear them in the footage.
And that the bus driver right there.
Yeah, the bus
Still
driver,
got it.
he
He
shoots
went
at him.
back on him.
He
As
shoots
the-
at him. He's running away, and he goes around this, and then I think he shoots at him again. Okay, he doesn't shoot at him again, but he definitely shot at him in the bus.
Look in the description if you can see where that was.
This was in Charlotte,
Damn.
Where's that at?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Shout out to Mack, geography expert.
I know my states and cities.
Do you want to look up what the baby name of a cougar is?
That's
I'm kind of curious.
crazy. Yo, that bus driver came ready.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yo, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and you know what the sad thing is
He must have
it's
had
probably,
2 clips on him too. After he got out the bus and was still shooting at him.
I mean, one clip is like how many? 9?
I don't know. It looked like he blew the whole shit right there at first.
Baby cats are called cubs.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, not a cougar.
Cubs or kittens. Okay. Anyway.
That's crazy.
Yeah, anyway, but yeah.
You got to protect the kids. Right? Where was this kid's parents?
I don't even know. I guess they just looked away for like 5 seconds.
No, they were probably looking away for a lot longer than that.
Yeah, come on.
Whatever they said
I don't know.
was some bullshit.
They said they looked away for 5 seconds.
They were like, we turned around and then we turned around again and then he was gone.
Where we're going, I don't know.
yeah.
It was like magic.
Come on now. They got to be held liable.
No, they fed him to cougars, pretty much.
But yeah, no, that's just crazy about like people going missing and shit. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy world we live in, getting
Like
shot on the bus.
On some taking shit.
on some fucking nope type shit, like getting abducted by aliens or something, or like the cows getting pulled up.
It's like the Heaven's Gate call. Have you ever heard of that? I was talking to Don about it the other day. You hadn't heard of it? Look it up real quick. What's it called? Heaven's Gate cult.
Is that the Kool-Aid one?
No.
No. You know which one I'm talking about?
No, that's Jim Jones.
Okay.
No, this one. I mean, it's
Is it like that?
I mean, it's a little similar in that they all killed themselves. All right,
another one of those.
Read us the description.
Right, quick. Please and thank you.
So the Heaven's Gate cult, American new religious movement founded in 1974. The group had a goal to transcend to higher beings by spaceship in 1997. 39 members of the cult committed mass suicide in a mansion outside of San Diego with no visible signs of blood or trauma. Damn.
Yeah, I think they poisoned themselves or drank themselves to death or something like that.
It says here that the group advocated extreme renunciation to the point of castration, is also known as human individual metamorphosis. Bo and Peep, total uncovered, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so it's these two people. And first they called themselves Bo and Peep because now they have sheep.
Mm.
Yeah, after they created
Okay,
this.
makes sense.
And
Nah.
Deadass.
What's the evidence on that?
On what?
That they called themselves Bo and Peep.
That's what they had people call them.
Really?
And then they transitioned to being T and Do from like Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do.
I'm not so clear on the correlation with that one, but I understand what you're saying. The scale, the musical scale.
Yeah. Well, they changed their name from Bo to Peep. Well, really their name was like Herf was it the dude's name? And I don't know.
How do you
Bonnie
manage-
Nettles and Marshall Applewhite.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
an
two lamest
asshole
name.
Yeah. So
How do you get people to admit they're sheep? That's crazy.
yeah.
How do you get somebody to literally call you their shepherd?
Ask Jesus.
He hasn't come back yet.
Right, yeah, not yet. But no, I was watching a documentary on it, and in the documentary, it showed this like social experiment where it had a group of like 5 people, and it had like 3 lines on the chalkboard or whatever. It was like line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and basically you had to be like, which 2 lines are the same length, and 4 of the people were in on it, and the 5th person wasn't in on it.
Right. I've done this experiment before.
Oh, for real?
Mr. Munoz.
So they moved to Eastern Colorado. So that was here?
Yeah, they moved to Boulder at one point.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, that's just crazy.
But yeah. So basically, the social experiment. Obviously, you already know about it, but for the audience, they had all these lines on the chalkboard, and they were numbered. And 4 of the people were in on the experiment, and the 5th person wasn't. So it started off where they were like, "All right, like line 1 is equal to line 4," and it was obviously like the right answer. And And they did that for a couple of rounds. And then after a couple, they started giving the wrong answers on purpose, the 4 people that were in on it. And the 5th person just automatically started to agree. So it just proves that people are
conformity. It's like a social experiment on conformity.
Right. People just want to be like a part of the group and accepted and things like that. It's really programmed, because think about it. If you're a caveman or you're part of a small tribe, if you get stranded without the tribe, you're kind of fucked. You know what I'm saying? You might be get eaten by a woolly mammoth or whatnot. But if you're with your tribe, you can protect each other. It's kind of
woolly mammoths were herbivores.
Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
What is it? The
saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah, saber-tooth tiger. Telepathy. Right, it was. But yeah. So basically, it was some crazy shit. They everyone shaved their heads. Some of the dudes literally voluntarily castrated themselves.
Yeah. I saw that they did abstinence and castration and stuff like that. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because
how do you get somebody to cut their dick off?
Because they wanted to transcend and be higher level beings. They literally thought that once they were
not human.
I bet the head dude didn't cut his dick off.
He did.
I bet he didn't.
He did.
I bet he still got his dick.
Well, he's dead now, right?
Well, they don't take their dicks off. They just open up your ball sack, take both the balls out, and then sew it back together.
And then put the balls in a jar.
Yeah.
That's also one of my biggest fears. Speaking of last week, was testicular torsion. Have you ever heard of that, Mac?
I really don't even want to talk about that.
What is that?
Okay, so I guess just randomly, it could just happen to
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
anybody, but one of your nuts will twist.
Any man.
Will twist, and it will cut off circulation to that ball, right?
It's a controversial thing to say, Don, these days.
My bad. Anybody.
Anybody, yeah, well. Whatever the fuck. And whatever you want to call it, Don.
Shout out. Okay.
But your nut will twist, right? It'll twist and it'll cut off circulation to that nut, and you'll have to have surgery on it to untwist it and get it removed. And then to have the other one not do that, they have to staple it to your leg so it doesn't twist like that.
Can you still have kids?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
And that could just happen randomly.
That'd be the only problem, really, right? What other reason do you need balls rather than to have kids?
It's nice to play with or sometimes,
Right, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The carrying it on the bloodline of your having kids, but some people just can't have kids.
It's true.
For whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah, that's just, I don't even want to.
It's my business.
I don't even want to think about how
By the power of Grayskull!
You feeling a little better, bro?
Sorry, I was having a little conversation with God about the Celtics game tonight.
Well, we gonna win Game 7 or what?
You know what? Me and God placed a bet, and he said that the Celtics ain't gonna win. And I placed a little bet saying the Celtics will win. So
You betting against God?
not against him, with him.
God did.
Hey, if God did it, I'd do it.
Man, you feeling all right though? We good to pod?
Yeah.
You gonna be all right?
Yeah. I just had to sweat that off. You know what I mean?
We mentioned the TT, okay? We can't say that word no more.
Yeah.
It's on the do not talk about list.
Yeah.
Why'd you bring it up, bro?
We've talked about so many.
Hey, I blurred it. I censored it.
Bro, you just brought it up, and now I'm thinking about it again.
Don't think about it.
Now I'm actually thinking about it because you told me not to think about it.
Talking about so many things on the pod, and that's what
took me out.
took you out.
We almost killed Don, I guess.
Bro, that's my kryptonite. That's what almost took me out.
It's not penis envy. It's testicular envy. Oh, man,
That's Don's sleeper word.
Yeah, that's my sleeper agent word.
Oh, okay.
We can't say the T's of the T's.
Hey, if you don't say testicular, it's not a bit.
I'm out.
He's done.
I'm out of this.
Anyway, what should we talk about now? I don't even know.
You never know the limits until you cross them.
Yep, we've all been there. We've all crossed that limit once or twice.
We got boundaries, and sometimes you need to abide by them.
It's like back in track practice where you throw up after
or during.
Yeah,
like I did.
You know that's the working at capacity. Working at capacity.
When you have to work so hard that you fucking have to tactical chunder your way out of it, you got.
We were potting at 110%. That's why I went out.
For sure, it was like been podding too well.
Yeah, it was such a good podcast that you had to just let it out.
It's like when your phone gets too hot. It starts to just slow down and it's just like
overheating.
I don't know if you guys knew it, but I was experiencing pure bliss.
It looked like it. I don't know what you were seeing, but
the afterlife apparently.
Overdosing on life, huh?
Literally, yeah. Cooking up a slice of life right there.
We're glad you're all right, man. You gave us a scare, not even gonna lie.
You know what? Sometimes I scare myself, but we get out of it,
Yeah. Yeah, so you just gotta pull yourself out. At least you didn't have to go to the ER like I did.
Hey, not yet. Maybe next time, we'll see.
Oh, hopefully not. I'm not putting that on you.
No bad juju.
It wasn't a good experience firsthand.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
We wouldn't want that.
Don't you put that on us.
Yeah, no.
Even though they already caught me 4K.
Right. 4K. All right. Let's get back on track.
Get into the
What were we talking? Well, what were we talking? We were talking about like cults and shit, though.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that one cult.
Yeah. How easy do you think it would be to? Oh, we never got back to Kenny's question.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite, or what's the best best food you've ever eaten?
Yes. Yeah. What's the restaurant?
Mine was we went on a cruise when I was like 15, and there was this server. I remember his name Ivan. He was really cool, and he got to know the entire table. He told his entire life story. But he was a really cool ass dude. He had an interesting life, and he was just the server there. And then the food was just bomb. I remember.
What'd you order?
It was I think it was just a sirloin steak with some grilled chicken with it, and
steak and chicken.
Yeah,
you living it big.
Yeah.
That's that combination play.
Yeah, and it had the mashed potatoes on the side and shit. Yeah, it was good. Okay. But yeah, that was my best food experience was on that cruise.
That's fair. That's pretty fair. Mack, you got one on deck?
Not really. I was gonna have you go next.
So mine was actually also cruise related, but it was off of the cruise. When we were at our destination in Mexico, we went deep sea fishing, and we caught a bunch of fish. Then we brought them back to shore, and there was a restaurant on shore, and the captain of the boat gave all of our fish to the restaurant, and then they cleaned and prepared the fish and made them into fish tacos, and they gave us chalices of salsa to go with it, and I must have had me 50 different tacos.
Like a chalice is in like a goblet?
Yeah, a large goblet of salsa.
Goblet of fire.
And there was 4 of them, so it was red.
I protest!
Harry Potter, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
The goblet of salsa.
But it was the Roja, the Verde, and then there was 2 other ones, and it was spiciest to most mild, and it was. I would probably say that was the best experience because there's nothing like catching your own food and then eating it.
That sounds bomb.
I think I need to take me a cruise. Goddamn.
It was cool. Yeah, it was it's an excursion that you can do in addition to the cruise. So it's an event you pay for. Obviously,
it's not one of those free events, so you can.
We didn't just ask a fisherman to take us along.
Free experiences.
Yeah. Ain't nothing in this life for free, player. Ain't nothing in this life for free.
And if it is, it's probably sketchy as fuck.
And if it is, it ain't free. Something come along.
Ain't no such thing as free lunch,
Terms and conditions, plus tip, and gratuity, and a service fee with tax.
Yeah, I was about to say. I guess you were 15. Guess you didn't tip Ivan, out of your hard cash.
I was gonna say, Kenny, why didn't you tip Ivan? What's that all about?
Shout out Ivan if you're out there, if you're watching this podcast. I love you, man. You were cool.
Hey, like this video.
I'm trying to think.
Still plotting on this one.
Still plotting.
Not many good food experiences, I imagine.
Nothing's really blowing my socks off,
I love the Jersey accent you have there.
Blowing my socks off.
Nothing's blowing my socks off.
I'm serious. I'm like, nothing's been like super crazy.
You haven't had like have you been to the ones where they have like the tornado of fire or like
fine dining even?
Oh yeah. But I mean, you kind of expect it, yeah.
Fine dining?
Yeah.
What? But you don't have anything of note, like nothing noteworthy or mentionable.
I mean,
interesting.
I think probably the best places I've been has been like the Brazilian steakhouses, you know, like Fogo de Chao or Texas State Brazil or what's that other one? Tucanos.
Dude, Tucanos was one of the first ones that comes to mind because it's just you could be a fat pig.
Yeah,
there,
for sure.
And it's like every different kind of meat.
We went there one time, like right before they closed. I remember.
And we were there late at night.
Yeah,
right?
we were there late, and I'm pretty sure they were getting pissed off at us because we were being so damn loud. Oh, fuck that.
What happened?
That spider.
Oh, man, I thought you were all talking about the camera.
No, this spider.
Scared you.
Hey, it ain't bothering nobody.
Until it jumps. That's a jumping spider.
Until he makes a beeline down this wall.
It's a jumping spider.
Because look at how...
That's a wolf spider. You could tell.
I don't know.
Well, wolf spiders are commonly known as jumping spiders.
You wilderness motherfuckers.
But yeah, you could just tell by the way it is that it's a jumping spider. But those motherfuckers can jump.
I think we're just judging the book by its cover.
No, that's a fact.
What if we're being like spider racist right now? What if it's like a racially ambiguous spider, you know?
I should take a picture.
Is it racist of me if I say I don't like spiders? Is that racist?
No, not at all.
Okay, because I don't like spiders.
Not at all, Kenny.
Mack approved.
Dude, do you think if you put that into Google, it would like tell you what spider it was?
No, but
That's
I think we can compare
that's the
photos.
next level of AI shit, you know?
I've
Jumping spider.
I've seen that you can put in pictures into Google and it'll show you like what's in the picture. Like it'll bring it up on like Walmart.com if you take a picture of something.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah.
It's just not in good definition, so it won't be able to.
Right. Fair enough.
It just looks like a black blob, so Google Images will think
That's a turd.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty close.
That one in the middle right there. Go up.
It was
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
It wasn't as.
It looked just like that
It
one.
did. Damn it.
It looked literally. That could be its brother or its cousin.
Brother, cousin.
That could be the actual image of that spider.
Right. Fair enough. That's crazy.
What do you think the life of a spider is like? Like just
We could ask an AI.
that's a great idea.
You want to be reincarnated as a spider?
No.
No.
You're so likely to be killed.
What animal would you want to be reincarnated as? If you could only be reincarnated as an animal.
This one, right? If I could be reincarnated as an animal?
Yeah.
I think I low-key want to be a moose. Like a big ass 11-foot moose. How's that weird?
But why?
Because have you seen a moose? They're fucking huge.
Yeah.
They are huge, but what, do you just want to be huge?
Well, yeah, but I mean
Yeah. That's what she said.
but like I feel like a moose would be like
Yeah, continue to explain.
just like grazing on some fucking grass and just living your best moose life, you know what I mean?
Okay. That's fair.
No worries in the world. You got a little family of meese and just
You know, Kenny?
You're on one today with the. That's not funny. It's not funny at all.
You know what, Kenny?
oh no, wake up. We're all good.
That's how I feel about that.
What did you call it, cougar?
A kuglet?
Like a piglet.
Or a necklet?
And then geese for a moose.
No, I said meese.
Right, but you said meese, so he's thinking of geese.
Well, like a plural of a mouse is a mice, a meese. I said it wrong.
Yeah.
Meese? Mice?
No, it's not meese.
Is it
He's
meese?
still thinking of geese. It's not meese.
Meese,
You're
mouse, mice. I don't know.
You just
Okay, so
So moose.
feel different.
What you got, Don?
I was thinking like, I don't know.
I mean, if you can come back as a spider, your lifespan is only a year.
I always think like some sort of
I'm not here for
panther.
a long time. I'm here for a good time.
I always think of like a snow leopard or like a panther or something like that would be dope.
Like in
or a tiger.
Apocalypto type shit.
Yeah, something like that, but more like a snow leopard where I have like spotted prints and I'm like,
oh, because you're Caucasian.
I didn't even think about it that way. Probably
Straight to the Arctic, huh?
they're just fantastic creatures.
Straight from Greenland.
Straight from Canada, eh?
Okay. A snow leopard.
Snow leopard, a moose.
What are
would
we
you
looking
be?
up?
The life of a spider. What did the AI
What
say?
is a life of a spider life?
Well, I mean, oh shit.
It's like that video of all the spiders on drugs.
Oh yeah, that shit's not real though, is it?
No, it's not real. It's,
That would be funny. Satire.
it's all for jokes, you know.
So spiders may lay their eggs in a silken sack.
It's
And
like
then
all those really big spiders from Harry Potter, you know.
Once they
his name,
reach a
like,
certain size, they are considered adults.
That motherfucker was living for forever.
The
Paragon or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lifespan of a spider varies depending on the species.
Yeah, it could be house spider lives for a year. Others like tarantulas could live for 20.
Oh God,
See?
20-year-old spider, bro.
it's too damn long.
So
People keep them as pets.
almost as old as me.
Almost.
Yeah, I don't want to come back as a spider.
Oh yeah, I don't think I would either. You know.
No.
Nah.
What if you actually got stepped on? What if you got hit with the bug spray?
Well,
That's-
just don't
that's
go in
like-
somebody's house.
That's like mustard gas or something. What were? I was about to say something crazy.
Cut that. No, but just don't go in nobody's house. That's why if a spider's in my house, you deserve to die because
like
you're
on-
invading my
It's
space.
like on Ratatouille where he goes in, he's like, "I gotta get the cheese."
And
That
next thing you
lady's
know,
house, she got
Yeah.
the
Got that shotgun blasting.
yeah, and next thing you know, your attic is full of fucking rats. Yeah, I don't want to come back.
Crikey.
Yeah, that's like you know how like in the
Was Paris really that dirty when you were there?
yeah, it's not clean at all, and like the River La Seine, it's also like not clean at all, and it it's just local stagnant water. So
No,
and
lady
everything
smelled
runs
weird or
into it.
what?
I didn't get any chance to smell any of them, but maybe next time when we go for the pod, all three of us, we can check it out.
Hell yeah.
But what I was gonna say was right before that we were talking about like what we want to be reincarnated as.
Yeah, snow leopard done.
Yeah.
What would you
like
say? You
in
didn't say anything.
Buddha, in like the Buddha teachings, like your karma matters. So like if you have bad karma, you're reborn as like a slug, like something like seen lesser than.
I would be a slug.
Good karma, then you get to be reborn as like something cool.
Wait, Buddhism is the one with the 7 pillars, right? And then once you complete all of them, you get to nirvana,
Yeah.
or is it 8 pillars? Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, there was a theory you told me a long time ago about you have to live every single other person's life or something like that.
The Malaysian girl.
The Malaysian girl.
Yeah. We've nicknamed it the Malaysian girl at this point because one time I tried to make an analogy and it didn't pan out as articulate as
I think I remember that. Yeah.
And shout out Henry, but Henry commented and he was like, "I'm too high for this shit" or something like that. And then he like timestamped the part where I was like, "And then you're reborn," and then I was just like deep in it.
Yeah, man.
And neither X nor Mack were on board with it at all.
It's like I kind of understood what you were saying.
Right.
I get the basic theory of it.
Yeah.
But that's too many lives to live. Like,
But on a grand time scale, like time is relative, so we've always met,
is time relative? Yeah. Because I was thinking about time. Like, time is the only real thing about.
It's a construct we made up.
But it's not though, because the
Have you
Earth.
seen Interstellar?
No.
So, yes, the Earth rotates at a certain rate, but imagine if you were on Mars or even a farther away planet and then you came back, like everybody would be old by the time you came back and you would still be young because of time dilation. So it's literally just a perspective thing, like how we perceive time, and we only perceive time by our rotation around the sun. And so imagine if that weren't the case, then how would we have a basis for time? It would just be how fast we deteriorate, pretty much.
So time is only relative to human beings?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yes, our construct of time.
and it's only relative to
the rotation around the sun.
Yeah.
Because the rotation around the sun is broken up into 24 parts. That's why we have 24 hours.
Well, so what if you went from Earth to Mars to Venus, like in backwards? You wouldn't age, would you? Well, you would age, but you wouldn't be going around the sun.
You would age at a slower rate.
But if we're all experiencing...
But we all age at the same rate, don't we?
Right. I kind of get what you're trying to say, Kenny. It is a bit of a conundrum because if it's all the same rate of time, yeah.
That's kind of hard because if you hop from planet to planet, going, and they're all rotating the same way, aren't they?
No, they're
all rotating at different speeds and different
so one day
rotations.
on Mars would be different than one day on Venus, different than one day on Earth.
Exactly. And so not only are they rotating like this at a different pace, they're rotating like this at a different pace.
Yeah, because they're
and then the further you get out, the slower it is. So Pluto's doing this number
because there's less gravitational pull.
Exactly. So it's farther away from the sun, and so the Mercury being the closest one is like this around the sun. Yeah. Versus Pluto's like doing that number, and that's why like if you were on Mercury, you would probably age faster.
But if we're already saying that time is
relative to humans, right?
It's relative to your location in space.
This is kind of this
is a real head scratcher right here.
Bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah, we shouldn't have find muck.
Something like that.
Yeah, I guess we probably shouldn't have brought this up because now we're in territory that we're not experts in.
Yeah, no, we don't know shit about shit.
Yeah.
How do you think like the ancient people figured that shit out? Like, because they figured that
they had sundials, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and stars and stuff like that, and breaking it up into 12 and 24 parts. Well, 24 parts, and then you divide that.
Yeah, but you ever think about like who's like thinking about this? You know what I'm saying? Like
smart. I think a lot has happened this episode. That
we've had a near death experience.
I came back as Gandalf the White.
He was Don the Gray.
Don lived a whole new life in that short period of time. He lived like 50 different lives.
Yeah, it's like when Ari Shafir lived as a fish.
Right. It's like reincarnation.
Yeah. How did you feel?
Yeah, what happened?
Not good.
Was it just
like, did you black out?
Yeah,
like you just fell asleep and woke up?
It was like sleep.
It was like sleep.
Damn, I wish I could fall asleep that fast.
With my eyes open.
Talk about TTs.
Wanna go night-night?
Yeah. I go to sleep with my eyes open in case any of y'all wonder.
Any of you snake motherfuckers.
Right. Any y'all motherfuckers in the grass. I sleep with both my eyes open.
Damn. All right. So we back on track. We only got a little bit of time left. What we got on the agenda? How were y'all feeling
lately?
Yeah. Let's take a break from the jokes and get
honestly
a little bit sentimental.
I've been feeling really good.
How are we feeling mentally with our lives?
I've been feeling really, really good.
No homo.
Yeah. No, I've just been working, just fucking hustling, grinding.
Working, hustling, grinding. What else can you do, right?
Yeah, honestly.
As a young man, there's not much to do other than to work, right?
You just got to work towards your goals.
Right. Yeah, got to start planting seeds now.
Right, all right. You don't want to be looking up at 30 being like, oh, man, got a whole
What did I do?
I fucked around and found out.
Yeah, literally. Fucked around and all you got left to do is find out.
Right. True that.
What about you, Don?
Just big business things, I guess, Always working on the pod because I love it.
I love to hear that.
Yeah. But it's starting to get hot out.
I know you've been doing some yard work out there.
Lots of yard work. Got some summer plans. Going to Vegas this upcoming month. And then I'm going to Florida in July.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about both of those. So.
Sounds like a great time. Sounds like a hot time, though,
Yeah, it's
some of the hotter parts of the country.
Yeah. Florida, you're going to be sweating and it's not like,
and we're
just
driving
wet out.
to Florida.
And it's like two different kinds of hot.
Yeah, you got dry heat.
Hot and then the humidity hot.
Yeah.
And we got to drive to Florida, so we're driving through Texas.
Ooh.
That's a long drive. What is that? Like
I'm about to say that is a long drive.
18-hour drive?
Yeah, something like that. I haven't even looked at it yet.
I think it's 12 hours to Texas.
Yeah. Texas is huge, bro. You trying to get out of the middle of Texas, it'll take you like a whole ass day.
Yeah,
we have to drive through Texas to go there. So
it kind of makes sense how Texas wanted to be its own thing for a while, right?
Just
a little bit.
The Mexicans wanted to take it though.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't let them have it.
I feel like why are we so mad about secession?
Borders.
But like, if someone was like, "Hey, we kind of don't really want to be a part of America no more," like, why are we tripping about that?
Patriotism.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, we didn't want them to have slaves or whatever. That was like a real problem. But I'm like,
Economically.
what if it was like a mutually, not mutually assured destruction, but like it was a mutual parting.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
hanging our hats on this.
Right. Like, I don't know. I don't see the problem here.
With what in particular?
Secession.
Okay, elaborate.
I don't think I need to elaborate. Kenny gets what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Succession?
Yes.
Now he's fucking with you. Now he's back on some shit. Now he's fucking around.
Yeah, no, I'm on board with that. Yeah.
Like North and South, Civil War.
Yeah.
Like Succession, like the TV show?
No.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it, so.
Me neither.
I heard it's really good. I heard it's good.
I heard it's alright.
sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard it was good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Fair enough.
What are you talking about? I was looking up something else.
So you don't know what I was talking about. God dang it. I'm like, this doesn't need explaining.
So it's a 30-hour road trip.
30 hours from
You're
here
gonna do that, bro?
to Miami?
No, Pensacola.
Pensacola.
I mean, even still, probably only takes off like 4 hours tops. Yeah. I would fly.
It's a 24-hour road trip.
Yeah, so from Colorado Springs to Pensacola is a 20-hour and 21 hours.
20 hours. 20. I could probably shave it. Well, if we stop at all.
I think it's gonna be longer. You gotta stop.
Yeah, if we stop.
Yeah.
Change a diaper or two.
Yeah, LA is not going. I'm moving my sister out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we have to drive.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. You gotta drive the U-Haul?
Oh, well, it's worth the drive then, If it's just for like a little vacation.
I'm flying back. I'm driving there.
Yeah,
It's worth it then, for
that
sure.
makes sense.
It's gonna be tough though.
I bet you won't be that bad. It's just you and your thoughts.
Yeah, and my sister.
It'd be like a mini meditation,
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be stressed.
Stress.
Just let all that shit go away when you're driving down the open road.
Yeah.
Straight line, bro.
Right.
Those are the best roads. You can get up to 120 on them roads.
Yeah, just 101 things can go wrong.
101 things can go right, It's all about
It's
perspective.
basically not probable.
Perspective, yeah. I mean, if we're talking statistics, nothing's gonna go wrong.
There's an infinite amount of universes where things go wrong.
Don't get started
There's
on
an
this.
infinite amount of universes where everything goes right.
This, buddy. That is a rabbit hole we don't want to go in.
There's an equal amount of good and bad options.
I guess you're right. I guess it's all.
It's a coin flip. It's 50-50.
Is it 50-50?
Like,
I mean, every choice you make is 50-50, but is it?
Not yours, but what about external events you can't control?
Yeah, you can't control everybody on the road.
Right, and like my mom and my stepdad were driving back from Illinois and they hit a deer and totaled their car.
oh,
Yeah.
And that's like half the amount of time it takes to get to Florida.
what else you got insurance for?
Yeah.
Y'all got insurance? I'm just kidding.
What is this I word you're talking about?
Scammers. Insurance is real scammers. It's like, yeah, you got to pay us just in case.
Just in case something.
But then some shit do go down and you're happy you have it.
Yeah.
That is true.
That
It is known. It is known.
At the same time, like, I feel like you should only like pay your thing if something does happen. Like, I'm only gonna pay this month if some shit go down.
Right. It should be included
Right.
when you get a car.
Yeah. Just like lifetime warranty type shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is built
This
to
car
last.
has a warranty if you wreck it. But then that causes up a whole new problem. People will just go out and wreck their car and get a new one.
Right. Which is why they do the insurance claim.
Which is, that's why you have to pay for it. Because you got
They
your
have to pay people.
deductibles and
This whole
premiums
system
and
is
all that
stupid.
shit.
They
Yeah.
have to pay people to, It's always about money.
Yeah, you're not lying. That's why we got to get some, fellas.
That's why we gotta hustle it out.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you think we're doing right now?
Pardon.
What about you, Mac? You didn't tell us how you feeling.
Oh, I'm feeling great.
Feeling great?
Feeling great, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Max feeling great.
Feeling great, you know?
That's good.
Life's looking up as long as you're breathing, you know?
Yep.
True.
Always,
Just gotta live life like there's no tomorrow, you know?
yeah, you know, I'm not dead. I'm not in jail.
Could be both of those.
Right.
What else can you complain about?
Yep.
Not much to complain about. Nothing but opportunity at that point.
Yeah.
You styling and profiling too. I see you.
Oh, trying, you know?
top button undone. Got the polo like Franklin.
Hey, man. Sweater Polo King.
Yeah. You look like you belong in a country club.
Maybe I do.
Yeah.
Maybe I do.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
I'll go to the racially ambiguous one.
He leaves here, goes straight to the country club, play some golf.
Oh, we already had this conversation about golf.
Oh yeah.
Mac's not too fond of golf.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Only because I'm not rich. If I'm rolling the money, best believe I'm the best golf player ever.
But like it's just a recreational thing. Like you could do it in your free time and have fun doing it.
No, you can't.
You can't have
It's
fun
something you
doing
have to dedicate.
That's like
yourself to,
some
buddy.
So I can't go home and play a video game right now because it's recreational time.
You can
But
In your own time.
on your own time. But a video game you can put down at any time. 18 holes of golf, or however long a set is, that's gonna take some time. I'm just saying it's time
7
consuming.
hours.
Patience is a
Exactly.
virtue.
That's a whole day.
Patience is a virtue.
I mean, if you
You can afford to have patience when you got some money.
You can afford to have some time off when you're done hustling,
right, literally.
which is never.
Probably never.
the hustle
Right.
don't stop. Does it stop
You
when
know anyone that's retired? I don't. Even if they are retired, they still doing something.
They still got something going on.
I feel like I would get to the point where if I was able to retire, I would still need like something to occupy my time. Like I feel like if I had like a full 16 hours a day of just sitting at home, I played on all my video games I can, I would still want like a little like convenience store job or like
Right.
something to
It
do.
would get boring.
Yeah. That's why golf.
Yeah.
I used to work with this guy, and he was in the military for a long time, and he was like, "Yeah, I retired forever ago. I don't want to be at home with my wife all the time."
Dude, that's what I had an old coworker too. He was like, I just come to work. He was like 75 coming to a warehouse. He was like, yeah, I just need time to get away from my wife.
Literally, I'm just like, I don't envy these guys, you know?
It's like all those old like jokes they used to make about beating their wives. Like
Yo,
they'd just
ball
be
and
like-
chain.
Yeah, exactly. Like not just beating their wives, just like making like heinous jokes about their wives. Like, dude, do you just hate your wife? or
Right.
what? Like,
Like, what's going on here?
yeah, like
I
yeah,
think that's healthy.
right.
Yeah, no, but I think retirement is like something for like when you're like set and you know what you want and you know what you're doing.
But let's put it in this perspective, like for potting, for example, like I don't ever see myself retiring from potting because I enjoy
That's what I'm
doing
saying.
it.
I feel like retirement is fake. Like, no one's actually retired. Like, everyone's actually like still actively working on something. You know what I'm saying?
right. You just get the retirement money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, like, even like rich dudes that are super rich, like that can retire, they're still doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think Warren Buffett can't just be chilling? That dude you still see him doing speeches and shit.
I mean, yeah, but that's like if you're like a billionaire and you're in the public eye, like I feel like you still gotta be doing something.
Right.
Like you can't just
don't have to
disappear.
do anything.
You can't. I feel like you can't just disappear, can you?
You
like-
can. You literally have enough money to just disappear.
Yeah,
think
but
there
the
are people
media
out there who
people will
did?
be taking photo, like the paparazzi and shit
you
will
think
be
there are
like.
people out there who are like under the radar though? And have a lot of
There's
money?
plenty of millionaires out there that aren't in
The
like
media.
yeah
Yeah.
like
That's
people
what I'm saying.
living up in fucking
Yeah.
in those $1 million houses we were talking about earlier.
But even them, they're trying to get their next $1 million house. They're
Yeah,
still
they're probably
trying
still
to
hustling and bustling.
right. They're still trying to buy more shit. You know, get more stock, get more real
Yeah.
estate. You know, all
It
that
never
type of
ends.
shit. It never ends. There's always levels of shit. Even when you think you made it, even when you think like you're the richest person, you know, there's always someone richer out there. There's always a 1% to everybody.
Yeah,
The next bracket.
Right.
I don't think
Even the richest dude in the world, like they ain't shit to all the Saudi princes that can't even disclose how much money they make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always levels.
There's always
And,
that unobtainable goal. Yeah.
They ain't got shit on like some cartel dude who has like
Right.
like infinite amount of money. You know, who
sure.
really can't tell people about who he is and what he does, or he or she or whatever.
Right.
So
Craziness.
I don't know.
There's always just something to work towards, and then if you get so consumed by it,
Yeah, I think that's my only point. Is like there's always something. There's never a
finite end.
yes. Yeah.
But you never really want to have an end because then you lose all purpose after you do that. You know.
Yeah.
You kind of
The journey is the destination.
right, exactly. And if you reach the destination, then it's like, oh, it's over. So like you get this like empty feeling of like, and then that empty feeling needs to be replaced by something.
Yeah, so it's always like,
you just do the next
what's
thing.
next?
Right.
Yeah,
It's always about the next thing.
it is.
What if we became like some treasure hunters, like some Nathan Drake or like some like national treasure type?
I would go to like
And then
some.
we potted while we did it. We go to like we fly out to the Amazon.
What
like
is that?
Mr. Beast
What is that
style.
corny ass show? Outer Banks.
Oh.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, we're gonna end up
I
like
was
those
thinking-
white dudes.
I was thinking like more of like a National Geographic level where like we go down in the jungle and we try to find like some lost treasure or some shit.
like that one
Indiana
artist,
Jones.
David Cho.
Yes, like that. He went to go find a dinosaur,
Yeah.
and there were no dinosaurs. Yeah, kind of like that, but we're actually looking for some real shit. Like it doesn't have to be like El Dorado or anything. It could be like like a musket used in the Spanish War or something. Like it starts small, but then eventually like we just get bigger and bigger, and then eventually we're like the treasure hunters or something like that.
Well, like how long do you think you can last out like in the elements like that, like in the Amazon jungle? Or
If we had like some like Bear Grylls type production where we had like a cameraman and like somebody on deck always, because he has like
Wait, have
he
y'all
has,
seen
like people
Have y'all
facilitating.
seen that one where they send them out? Like I think this last season they did it like somewhere in like Canada where they just literally send them out in the wilderness and whoever lasts the longest gets paid
Alone?
like $1 million. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I've heard about
Yeah.
that, but I haven't seen it.
It's pretty sick.
It is pretty sick. These people are like trained professionals.
Yeah,
though.
and even some of the trained professionals just literally
are
just
going through it.
break
Yeah,
under pressure.
Yeah.
And there was this one dude, he was just like literally chilling the whole time. Like you could already tell he was winning.
yeah.
Everyone
From the-
else
Kicks his
from
feet
the-
up and shit.
Yeah, everyone else is like, this is day 20. All I've eaten is roots and berries.
Yeah, and this guy has like
This guy created himself a fucking hut. He
a
has
foot bath. He's got like a lazy boy that he's.
he turned his hut into a steamer for beef jerky.
Damn, for real?
Yeah. He's out here like twiddling wood into making it a whistle, and he's just like chilling on this little swing he made, and he's like, such a nice day out. And the other people were like, I don't know how much longer I can last.
He's like killed a boar already and was
Yeah,
like cooking it over.
Literally.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, like just seeing the
Yeah, I don't think I could last like a week. I give myself a week to just be like out there with
don't-
like my own skills.
It-
Like
it-
right now,
Oh yeah.
if I didn't have any training right now, I can maybe give myself maybe like even 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably eat some berries and be done the first day.
Yeah, like how are you even
Yeah,
finding
that's
food?
true.
I'll get
Maybe
pretty
I'm
hungry.
overestimating
You gotta,
myself.
you gotta kill something, and then you gotta skin it, and then you gotta figure out which part is good and which
Yeah.
part isn't. Like,
Yeah.
Preserve it somehow.
yeah.
Because
Cook it somehow.
Because it'll be rotten by the next day if you don't have some
Right,
sort of
right.
like preserving method, I guess. You'd have to just leave it out.
We should do a macadot experiment.
Where we go out like out in the mountains
Yeah.
for a week.
Yep. And I'm just filming Don's struggle, and I'm like,
I'm chilling, bro.
yeah, this guy, you shouldn't have signed up.
It cuts.
You
to
ever think about that? Like on like Naked and Afraid and shit, and the cameraman just probably just chill there, just fine.
Eating like a
He's just
granola
film-
bar in front of
Yeah,
him.
he's just filming this guy like, look at this motherfucker,
right.
sucker.
Or like their partner is just like, man, I thought they were gonna last more than like 5 days, but they didn't bring like the right shit to. And then they just like they have to tap out, and then it's just them.
Yeah, on Alone, one dude just ate like for a month straight before he came, so he just lived off his like weight, his fat.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was
Jeez.
like the second to last dude to fall, and he like barely ate. Like he was just living off of all that shit he ate beforehand.
Like a bear going into hibernation.
Yep, literally. And he would always be like, at the end of the day, he'd be like, all right, I expended this many calories, and I ate this many calories. I probably have enough energy for tomorrow type shit. I was like, this motherfucker thought this shit through. But the
He's
other
prepared.
dude, I swear to God, he was chilling.
Damn. I mean, if you have like expert knowledge of that stuff, I could totally see.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like skinning an animal and then preparing it would be a fucking hassle.
Right. I mean, and even like knowing what berries you can eat and what you can't, you know?
Yeah, like some Hunger Games type shit.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be dead the first day.
You think that shit could happen in like real life? Like
Yeah.
the government would just like pin everybody
Oh,
like against each other, like certain districts or certain states or
I
something
feel like
like
we
that?
would revolt against something like that, but could happen.
Texas is killing it. Everybody's speaking of Texas.
Like a purge.
Oh yeah, purge type
It's
shit.
like state versus state, you know?
Oh yeah. There's like 50
California pussy ass getting out of here.
50 different districts.
Yeah.
49
Shit to think about.
districts.
Shit to think about. It's hard.
Which district do you think would be like the best district to go to?
Like East Coast, West Coast, North America.
Probably still the biggest cities, right?
I'm thinking of the most like I'm thinking like Montana or some shit.
Yeah, I'm
Motherfuckers
thinking
are
kind of
probably,
like rural.
Yeah. They know how to kill some shit, you know?
Right.
There's some savages. But then you got like those dudes on the south side of Chicago that are just like, you know, they be getting that target practice in.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they'd be some shooters up in there.
Like what? That bus we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where was that? Charlotte?
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida would be a crazy opponent.
Florida man would come for everybody ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your schizophrenic cousin.
That one cousin you don't invite to the family function.
Right.
Yeah. Half Cuban.
Not even from Florida. Shit off the boat.
I'll wrap it up.
We don't wrap it up. We just end.
Raw dog it.
Raw dog the 0 and 50.
Raw doggy.
Do you want to have another exit like we did the last episode?
I don't think you want to have another exit like we did earlier this episode.
Okay, you got me there.
Exit to the next plane of existence.
Bro, you said you wouldn't bring it up.
We talked about this.
I thought we weren't going to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this.
It has been 50 episodes of the Mack and Don show. I feel like we're only getting started. This is only the beginning. You know?
We're ramping up here.
Just ramping up. I'm feeling the momentum. You know, if you're here already, you're witnessing history.
You're witnessing the pioneers of the podcast industry.
Yeah. We'll look up in 10 years and be like, y'all remember the Mack and Don show?
Y'all remember berries?
Yeah.
Or we'll be like, this is episode 2000 of the Mack and Don show. We've been doing this for 10 years.
Dude, I've been watching.
Kicking it still on the back porch.
I've been watching
Right.
a podcast that's at like 780, something like that.
Yeah.
And the dude just retired. He's been podcasting on that podcast for like 20 years.
780 episodes.
Yeah. Joe Rogan's at like thousands.
Yeah, I think he's
in the thousands.
I think he's
Damn.
nearing 2000.
Yeah, nearing 2000 for sure. It's insane to think about.
And that's about 13 years he's been doing that?
And I've seen lots of hours of his show too.
For sure.
Crazy to think about.
Well, shout out to Mack and Don. Mack and Don show.
Shout out to Ken for
Shout out to the Mack and
Being
Don
in the
show
shop.
featuring my boy Kenny Blue.
Kenny Boy Blue.
Yeah.
I drank my blue already, so it's gone.
You're my boy, Blue.
The Blucifer.
Shout out to Blue. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of tequila in the blue.
Shout out to the Rona.
Ugh.
Shout out to the
You a
Marks.
wild boy for that.
What, you don't like spiking a little wine cooler?
That sounds crazy.
It does.
It just gives it a little extra kick, you know?
Little kicky kick.
Yeah. The kickstart my heart.
Ken dog.
Maybe I don't need a kick.
Hey, maybe I don't need that kick.
Maybe I just
Kenny's
need a
cool
gentle
kick.
shove.
Yeah, I just need a gentle shove. Yeah, I think I got a kick the other day and I was like, I'm way too drunk.
I am
I'm done.
fucked up.
Yeah, literally. I fell asleep at the bar.
Oh, insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've all been there.
At the bartender being like, hey man, you can't sleep here. I'm just like, sorry, buddy, I'm trying to sober up for I have to drive home.
Yeah. You got any water in this joint?
Yeah. He already gave me like 10 cups of water.
Just pours them out on the bar.
I'm
On
like
your head.
pissing every 5 minutes.
He just dumps out the last one on your head. You're like, thanks, man. That really did the
needed that
trick.
one.
Yeah. It was the ice water too, so I felt that one.
You know it's bad when you make promises to God, like, I'm never gonna drink again. I promise.
Please God, if you let me out of this one.
Oh yeah. You're always just like it's like that on acid too or something like that. It'd be like, oh, can I just sober up right now?
Please,
I promise I'll be
extraterrestrial
better.
beings, release me from your hold.
Literally. All right. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, whatever your heart feels. Shout out to all of our YouTube subscribership. Shout out to everybody listening on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all that type of shit. We'll see y'all next week.
Adios.